If there is an award for top weirdest celebrities, singer Prince definitely will have high advantage to win. Prince was fantastically weird and famed for his mysterious lifestyle. He changed his name for some time and even installed a team of tailors in his home to make his clothes. And his dedication to recording new music meant he wrote a new song every day, probably right up until his death. In 1979, Prince created a band with Andre Simone on bass, Des Dickerson on guitar, Gail Chapman and Dr. Fink on keyboards, and Bobby Z on drums. Their first show was at the Capri Theater on January 5, 1979. Warner Brothers executives attended the show, but decided that Prince and the band needed more time to develop their music. In October 1979, Prince released the album Prince, which was number 4 on the Billboard Top R&B Black Albums charts and number 22 on the Billboard 200, and went platinum. It contained 2 R&B hits, Why You Wanna Treat Me So Bad and I Wanna Be Your Lover, which sold over 1 million copies and reached number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 1 for 2 weeks on the Hot Soul Singles chart. Prince performed both these songs on January 26, 1980 on American Bandstand. On this album, Prince used Icknerp music, Prince backwards. Prince was an animal rights activist, followed a vegan diet for part of his life, but later described himself as vegetarian. He previously adhered to a pescatarian diet in the 2000s, and according to an interview with the Vegetarian Times, Prince first expressed curiosity in removing meat from his diet around 1987 when he stopped eating all red meat. Prince required Paisley Park guests and staff to maintain a vegetarian diet or pescatarian diet while present in order to keep the environment meatless. In honor of Prince's personal ethos, Paisley Park continues to require that individuals leave the premise if they would like to eat meat. The liner notes for his album Rave Unto the Joy Fantastic in 1999 featured a message about the cruelty involved in wool production. He became a Jehovah's Witness in 2001, following a 2-year debate with bassist Larry Graham, who became his mentor and a close friend at this time. He did not consider it a conversion, but a realization, comparing it to Morpheus and Neo in The Matrix. He attended meetings at a local Kingdom Hall and occasionally knocked on people's doors to discuss his faith. Prince had needed double hip replacement surgery since 2005. An unverified rumor was spread by tabloids that he would not undergo the operation because of his religious beliefs, which included a refusal to have blood transfusions. Welcome to our YouTube channel. I am dedicated to serving you with informative, entertaining, and educative videos. If it is your first time on this channel, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell to get notified whenever I drop a new video. Prince Rogers Nelson was born in Minneapolis on June 7, 1958, the son of jazz singer Matty Della and pianist and songwriter John Lewis Nelson. All 4 of his grandparents were from Louisiana. His grand aunt was the Black nationalist Mittie Maud Lena Gordon, who established the peace movement of Ethiopia and advocated immigration to West Africa in response to American white supremacy. The jazz drummer Louis Hayes was his paternal cousin. Prince wrote his first song, Funk Machine, on his father's piano when he was 7 years old. His parents divorced when he was 10. His mother remarried to Hayward Baker, with whom she had a son named Omar. Prince had a fraught relationship with Omar, to the extent that it caused him to repeatedly switch homes, sometimes living with his father and sometimes with his mother and stepfather. Provocative performances aside, Prince had well established himself as an in-demand collaborator and behind-the-scenes player whose songs were remade by other artists. In the mid-80s, Chaka Khan released an ebullient, highly successful cover of his 1979 tune, I Feel For You, while Sinead O'Connor's biggest hit was Prince's Nothing Compares to You. The Art of Noise and Tom Jones reached the UK Top 5 in 1988 with a remake of Kiss. And Alicia Keys covered How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore on her own 2001 debut. Prince also worked on specific album tracks for performers like Khan, Madonna, Tevin Campbell, Kate Bush, The Time, Martika, Patti LaBelle, and Janelle Monáe. He was behind the girl group Vanity 6, led by singer-actress Vanity, and their #1 dance hit, Nasty Girl. And he sent a song to the all-women's band, The Bangles, that they would record to great effect, reaching #2 with the lush ode to a stressful workday, Manic Monday. Prince attended Minneapolis's Bryant Junior High and then Central High School, where he played football, basketball, and baseball. He played on Central's junior varsity basketball team and continued to play basketball for fun as an adult. While attending Bryant, he was trained in classical ballet at the Minnesota Dance Theater through the Urban Arts program of Minneapolis Public Schools. He grew to become an advocate for dancers and would later use his wealth to save the failing Joffrey Ballet in Chicago during the 1990s. He met songwriter and producer Jimmy Jam in 1973 and impressed Jam with his musical talent, early mastery of a wide range of instruments, and work ethic. Many things about Prince's life did not just look weird, but also sound strange. Prince's estate and the legal actions following his death was a major weirdness at death. One would not conclude that Prince was not educated to have known that his wealth should be properly willed to his families, friends, or whoever he wished. He died at age 57 and left a valuable and complicated estate that was made more complicated by his failure to get a will before he died. He apparently left no valid will. He was twice divorced and unmarried at the time of his death and had no offspring. Prince had numerous full and half siblings. 2 of the siblings predeceased Prince, one of whom had a child. These people and others claimed to be rightful heirs to part of the estate. Since he didn't have a will, Prince didn't exercise his right to determine who would and would not inherit a share of his estate or which shares the heirs would inherit. Perhaps he wanted his half-siblings to inherit shares equal to those of his full siblings. Maybe he wanted the children of his siblings or half-siblings to inherit along with the rest of his relatives. We'll never know because he didn't have a will. 5 weird things singer Prince did in his lifetime. 1. Prince prophesied about his epilepsy and he was healed. Prince said he was born epileptic and had seizures when he was young. He stated that his mother told him one day that he walked into her and told her that he was not going to be sick anymore. Out of surprise, the mother asked, "Why?" And he responded, "Because an angel told me so." From that day forward, Prince was healed of his ailment. 2. He could play at least 27 instruments. On his debut album, For You, released when he was 20, Prince is said to have played every single instrument, 27 in all. In the album's notes, he's listed as the musician behind all vocals as well as electric guitar, acoustic guitar, bass, bass synth, singing bass, fuzz bass, electric piano, acoustic piano, mini moog, poly moog, ARP string ensemble, ARP Pro soloist, Oberheim 4-voice, clavinet, drums, syndrums, water drums, slapsticks, bongos, congas, finger cymbals, wind chimes, orchestral bells, wood blocks, breast trap, tree bell, hand claps, and finger snaps. Weird, right? Prince is really weird. 3. He vowed to record a new song every day. Legend has it that Prince challenged himself to write a song a day. In 2015, he told The Guardian that he writes so many songs, adding that he didn't get attached to older music because if he did, he couldn't move on and there'd be no space for a new song. He's most famous for his late 1980s records like Love Sexy, 1999, and Sign of the Times. But in total, he put out an amazing 39 studio albums, 4 live albums, and multiple compilations. It is known that his music vault contains more than 50 fully produced music videos that have never been released. And without question, there are dozens, possibly hundreds of songs we have yet to hear. 4. He lived in a strange, sprawling complex called Paisley Park. Once the money began to flow, sniffing McDonald's gave way to something much, much bigger. Prince built Paisley Park, a vast self-contained complex outside Minneapolis in his home state of Minnesota. And the place the star was found dead. Inside of Paisley Park, there is a lot of purple, Prince's signature color, on the ceilings, painted on speakers, and illuminating rooms in neon. There is something called the Galaxy Room, lit up by ultraviolet light and set up for meditation. And there are lots of large portraits of the purple one. There are also 2 full-size music venues, and the site's music studios were manned 24 hours a day on the off chance that he might want to record. 5. He had a team of people always ready to make him clothes. Prince had a permanent 10-strong team of tailors employed to make bespoke clothes for Prince, his band, and his girlfriends. His sense of style was a big part of what Prince will always be remembered for. Prince was found dead at his Paisley Park estate on April 21, 2016. An autopsy later revealed that he had died from an accidental overdose of fentanyl, a powerful opioid. Thank you for watching that interesting and educative video. I promise you will always get outstanding, informative, and entertaining videos. Kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to be the first to get notified when we drop a new video.